class, bro.
Yeah, Ted.
Nervous about your first day of freshman year?
At a private Christian school my sister goes, I don't think I'm going to be.
Hey, bud, I think you left something in your locker. It was pain!
It can be that bad. You're gonna have to learn to protect yourself.
What am I gonna do against him?
Hey Bella, ready for a great sophomore year?
Yeah, Heidi.
Nice to see you figured out how to use a brush. Now maybe if you weren't the only girl who wore the school uniform, a boy other than your brother would pay attention to you.
Someday, Heidi. Someday. Not a word.
Do you know anything about the new teacher? I have him for philosophy before lunch.
No, just I have him for history at the end of the day.
Hey there, Bella. Ben.
Hey.
How did you know our names?
I'd like to see you two after school today. Until then, try to stay out of any more trouble.
What was that about?
I guess we'll find out after class.
My name is Professor Engel.
And yes, I've written my name on the board for every class. In your world history class this semester, we'll be taking a unique perspective on history.
We're going to be looking at the different ways key historical figures sought to control the world around them, and thus history.
Who can tell me some ways people have tried to control the world?
They use force, like America.
The ever popular, if unenlightened approach, yes, a favorite among dictators. How else?
Social pressure, like Catherine the Great uniting the Russians.
Interesting choice, considering she led a rebellion against her own husband to take the throne for herself.
Guess he wasn't cool enough.
The fate of the unpopular. But both of these examples have one element of control they both have in common, and that is that they both rely on intimidation. So I want each of you to write and research a paper on one historical figure who used or opposed intimidation to control their world. All right, get working on those reports. Hey Ben, close the door behind you.
Professor Engel, did we do something wrong? Because I can assure you, Ben and I, we're
No. Nothing like that. I was sent here not so much to teach these students as I was to teach you two.
What?
Actually give you opportunities to learn lessons. And I won't be doing much of the teaching. So what do you know about time travel?
As you approach the speed of light, time exponentially slows down. So if you go faster than 186,000 meters per second, you could actually go backwards in time or go out of time.
Nerd.
Very good. Now remove from your minds the idea of DeLoreans or large blue phone booths.
It's a police box!
Of course it is. In the future, all you need is one of these tablets. This is the Google Life tablet. All you need for life. It projects. It disguises. It translates languages. Watch. Say something in Spanish.
Where's the bathroom?
You said in Spanish.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Exactly. Google Life makes everyone hear in their own language. Taking a foreign language in the future will be like learning cursive. Some people still force it on you, but no one really needs it.
And I suppose it travels through time too?
This function is in beta, but yes.
So you came from the future to give it to us?
I'm here to teach you the lessons you need to learn about yourself, because you're gonna have a big impact on the future, believe it or not.
But aren't you going to be violating all the space-time continuum laws that could be affecting the future in some sort of way, like the butterfly effect and all that? Like they could be speaking Spanish and...
Common misconception. Most people think if you mess with history, you can create an alternate timeline. But as you two know, the God of the universe is in much more control than that. He decides where human history is going. So all we do is bend things a little bit.
Bend?
Yeah, you know, like when you make a mistake and get grounded and time seems to slow down.
That happened once, and I vowed never again.
Anyways, that mistake was a bend in time and you can actually feel things slow down. But when you're going where he wants you to go and what he wants you to do, it can seem like time is flying by.
Oh yeah, I get that. So without you coming here to teach us these lessons, it would take us a lot longer to become who we're supposed to be.
So that's the general idea. I've set the goal to an A+ on your paper. When you've learned the lesson, the video should show me giving you the grade on your paper.
Wait, we're going right now?
Yep. Just hit the return key when you're ready to come back.
Why did she get it first?
I almost forgot to tell you, so you remember things better, I turned the musical option on. Bye.
What'd you say about a musical?
Where are we?
Haven't you ever seen any like time traveling movie or TV show? The question isn't where are we, it's when are we?
Sick close, dude. Where did you say we are? What time? In the future? Heavy.
It says here it's 1831, and I'm getting a C on my paper.
Sorry to hear about your super bad grade, babe.
What is going on over there?
Name's Abe. That ruckus down there? Jack Armstrong and the Clary Grove boys. They're a reckless band of bullies that cause a lot of problems in these parts.
That's Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, duh. Can't you get the sheriff?
The only law around here is the stuff you make for yourself.
That's deep.
So, what are you going to do?
Stand up to them, I guess.
Confront the bullies head on. That's what I thought. Or maybe not.
It's not usually quite that simple. Let me explain.
Hey lady. Formal education wasn't my cup of water, so living life has been my alma mater. My good Lord, he taught me what he said. Shouldn't just react, maybe try this instead. Maybe you are strong, even if you win the fight, you're still gonna lose. If you don't know that in life, might don't make right, you don't have a clue. There'll always be fools thrown a fit. Things will be better if you don't have to hit. Maybe you are strong, even if you win the fight, you're still gonna lose. Every man's your brother, royalty or mucker, and it shouldn't matter if you're smart or you're dumber. So step right up, even if you might get struck. To do the right thing, you have to push your luck. Maybe you are strong, even if you win the fight, you're still gonna lose. If you don't know that in life, might don't make right, you don't have a clue. There'll always be fools throwing a fit. Things will be better if you don't have to hit. Maybe you are strong, even if you win the fight, you're still gonna lose. There are some people you just can't please. They control others by giving them a squeeze. The world needs more modern day nights, even to fight. Just to do what's right. Guess I'll try to do what's right. More than my bar, got my share of scars. So I'll praise the Lord and I'll do my part. First I'm gonna get these boys my best thumping. Then I'll see if I can turn them into friends. Maybe you're strong, even if you win the fight, you're still gonna lose. If you don't know that in life, might don't make right, you don't have a clue. Maybe you are strong, even if you win the fight, you're still gonna lose. If If you don't know that it might don't make right, you don't have a clue. There'll always be fools throwing a fit. Things will be better if you don't have to hit it. Come on.
Yep, that did it.
Bye, magical singing President Deed.
Let's head back. In conclusion, trying to control the world around you through intimidation has been historically effective. However, the truly great leaders learn to use force for more than getting their way, but as a means of seeking justice and equality for both them and even their enemies. I'm not sure our great nation would be standing today if Abraham Lincoln had simply beat the South into submission and threatened more of the same. No, he knew too well how to be their opponent, but also make them their ally as well. Ben, I think it's time we give our bullies what they want.
I'm not gonna just let them give me a wedgie.
Silly. Come on. Hey, okay, so I know Heidi's gonna kill me if she knows I tell you this, but she likes you.
Nah, what do you know? But really, what do you know?
She likes you. Just thought you should know.
That would work.
I'm not done yet. Hey, Heidi. I just thought you should know that when Billy was beating up my brother, I heard him say he hopes you notice him. Really? Mm-hmm. Just look at how he's looking at you. You should go talk to him. Come on.
You from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
How'd you know that would work?
Because intimidation, like all other forms of control, is really about getting what you want. And I'm sure Bella's learned a lot about intimidation this week.
Just as Abe pointing out, bullying a bully only makes you a bully.
That was a very creative way of dealing with intimidation without really dealing with it.
Well, because all they really wanted was attention.
Yes, and who better to give them that attention than each other?
Ah. Sarah, what's wrong?
Professor Engel's class is just too hard. I can't handle that right now.
Is this about the group project for philosophy class?
I mean, yeah, it's not like that's the only class we have right now, right?
Yeah.
Teachers can just be so unreasonable, huh?
Yeah.
I just want to tell you that I'm not going to be able to do my part.
Okay.
I'm so glad you understand. I just wanted to do the right thing and let you know, since it's going to affect your grade and all. Okay, bye! What was her part?
Just cutting out magazine clippings for the poster.
Let me guess. You've done her homework for her before?
Maybe a few times.
Honestly. It's Monday anyways, so you know what that means.
Time, Ben!
Don't look too happy. I keep it down. Besides, you never know what you could say us next.
I'd like to meet Joan of Arc. She's a hottie.
If we're going to go medieval, I'd like to see Richard the Lionheart.
It could be a musical rendition of the Black Plague.
Oh, buzzkill.
Billy, isn't history important?
Yeah, sure.
And you're important, right?
Yeah.
If history is important and you're important, doesn't that mean we should all want to study history? Now raise your hand if you actually want to study history. Put them down, put them down. Now raise your hand if you realize that I manipulated you into nodding your head. Never mind my fuzzy logic. Try to see what I'm saying and not what I'm doing. What did I ask you, Billy?
You asked me if I thought history was important.
No, I didn't, and I'll prove it to you. Billy, do you think history is important?
Nah, who needs it?
Why did you say sure to my question? Or Heidi, what did I ask you?
If we're important.
Nope. If I'd asked you if everyone in here was important, what would you have said?
Some more than others.
Right, something mean-spirited. But I phrased the question in such a way that I almost forced you to agree with me. And then when I addressed the whole class, I did the same thing and nodded myself. Am I right? Another way people have tried to control others throughout history is through manipulation. I want you to report this week on a historical figure who has used or combated manipulation in order to control history.
So, what do you have planned for us this week?
Oh, I've got a good one lined up for you guys this week, and it's a woman to boot.
She hot?
Remember, you're not supposed to be going on these, but I'm just allowing it because you sort of fell into it.
Well, yes, sir.
Just tell me it's not going to be used.
What's the point of having a musical number if you don't use it?
Aw, come on.
I think that's Queen Elizabeth.
It's from the Renaissance, I remember.
She's kind of hot.
It seems like something's bothering her.
Excuse me.
Your Majesty, what seems to be the problem?
The Queen of Spain. She is my problem. She's always my problem.
How so?
Ever since her country discovered the New World, she thinks she owns the whole world. And with her huge navy, she kind of does.
That must be pretty tough.
You don't know the half of it. See, with royalty, there are certain expectations.
Like what?
Big hair?
Like this letter, demanding that she get her way. One of my citizens, Francis Drake, stole a whole lot of their gold while sailing around the world.
And they want it back?
Oh no, royalty never asks royalty for money. Again, unspoken rules. No, she wants something more personal.
Sounds like Girl World.
You're not wrong.
So what does she want?
She wants me to behead Drake.
Bogus.
You can't do that.
No? If not, she'll throw a literal royal fit. She'll send her entire navy to start an all-out war. And all I have to do is give her one man's head. Seems small in comparison.
But you're not going to do that, are you?
Of course not.
Just wondering what your plan is.
Don't they know I'm Queen Elizabeth, living life like one big game of chess? So I wait patiently, move politically. Guess they thought I didn't have a voice. Think they left me without a choice. I'll show them something that I'm not bluffing. You pushed me around, won't let up, hey, forcing me to adjust. I've had to smile since you were crowned. Manipulation has me bound. You pushed me around, won't let up, hey, guess I'm gonna have to get tough. I'm standing tall, I will not bow. My future's looking brighter and higher. Armor's my attire, my sword is my companion. 'Cause we're gonna go to war. Prouder, prouder our island. My sword is my companion. 'Cause we're gonna go to war. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. We're gonna go to war. The Spanish are surely going to try. They'll send their ships of different types, but somehow I know their boats will sink below. You pushed me around, won't let up, hey, forcing me to adjust. I've had to smile since you were crowned. Manipulation has me bound. You pushed me around, won't let up, hey, guess I'm gonna have to get tough. I'm standing tall, I will not bow. My future
For all her greatness, I'm in no way saying she's equal with Jesus, but in the way she handled the manipulation brought against her, I couldn't help but think of him. The religious leaders of Jesus' day were constantly trying to manipulate Jesus through social pressures and theological trick questions. A number of times, they tried to set him up with limited choices where they would trap him in either word or deed. Yet, he always managed to find an unexpected approach or answer, often answering a question with a question and putting the religious leaders in their own trap. There are people and situations in our lives today which seem to present such limiting options. You often feel like you're choosing between the lesser of two evils. While some of these are unavoidable, finding the unexpected option or answer by thinking outside the box others have put on you may be part of what it means to truly follow Jesus.
Well, yeah, this looks like A+ material.
Thanks. Do you think it'll help with your current situation?
I think I'm fine after that Queen Elizabeth experience. Observe.
Hi, Ben. How's the project going? Did you get it ready for a presentation today?
I did, and I helped you out too. I talked to Professor Engel, and he said that you can do a one-person project since you weren't able to work with our group together.
I didn't ask you to do that. All I asked you to do was put some magazine clippings on a poster board. Was it really that hard?
Well, apparently it was too hard for you.
And that really isn't what you asked me.
No?
You asked me to either get a lower grade on the project or do your work for you.
He just created a third option. That's all.
Whatever.
Well done. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an A+ to get.
You can't be serious.
What's wrong with Steak and Shake? I like it.
Get you guys after lunch.
What do you mean what's wrong with Steak and Shake? In fact, they have the slowest service in town.
What about McDonald's? They're fast.
It's super crowded at lunchtime.
I could go for some KFC.
Can you name a fast food place that's more expensive?
Taco Bell then. They're nice and cheap.
You don't even like Mexican food.
What about Hardee's then?
You know we can't get all the way there and back by the time lunch ends. How about we just go to Dairy Queen?
I don't even know why I even bother to ask. We always end up going where you want to go anyways.
I can't help it if I'm right.
I don't think I've ever won an argument with you.
Besides, I'm not the one who needs up getting A's in the paper.
Wasn't it you who was getting manipulated last time?
It's not about arguing anyways. It's about the truth. And the truth is, I'm right.
Whatever.
Argumentation. Form of control that teenagers are far too familiar with. Who are some historical figures who used persuasive words to bend the world to their will?
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Good one. Anyone else?
Hitler?
You're not wrong. Others?
Wouldn't most of the great leaders from the radio era fall into this category?
Very observant. Argumentation has been a powerful tool for a long time. Going pretty far back today.
Where are we going today?
Two of my favorite historical figures.
I've already got a B.
Actually, this trip's not for you as much as it is Ben and his philosophy paper.
Ha! Who needs help now?
Real mature.
Professor?
No, Ted, there won't be any trips to help you. See you guys in a bit.
Sweet dude. Why are you here?
To learn
How do you learn?
by acquiring knowledge,
How do you acquire knowledge?
by memorizing facts,
Is all knowledge only facts?
facts and ideas.
How can you be certain that you truly know these facts and ideas?
You can't.
Are you quite certain that you can't be certain?
No.
Don't hurt yourself thinking too hard. The best questions are not easily answered.
I have an easy question for you. How about, who are you?
I'm Socrates.
Oh, so we're going to learn about the foundations of argumentation and logic. Awesome.
I don't think so. And nothing's changed yet.
Logic has been the foundation of my life, but lately I've had a feeling that there must be more.
Like pizza?
Where would we be without logic?
I wholeheartedly agree, but there seems to be some part of life that eludes logic.
Wait,
Wait, who are you?
I'm Plato, Socrates' wisest student. You were foolish to come here, my young Padawan.
What's happening?
Plato has made a dire mistake questioning my judgment. Stand back, mere mortals.
Plato! Let's start this! Show this puny disciple who's the smartest! You understand who you betrayed! It's time for answers to be displayed! I can read and write, but hold on tight, cause it's been one heck of a fight! All you do is look for answers on the contrary. Keep on searching, you'll find them in my library. Your raps are hard, but my abs are harder. You're in my hood now, boy. This is Athens!
Not so fast. I saw the academy. You're stuck in the past. I was Athens' golden boy. You're just a homeless man. My raps are filled with plans, so maybe you should be my fan. You standing in the same place all day. What is that? I made schools and went to Delhi man-to-man combat. Was this all joy, say for God, but you don't have a place. In the end, you won't be getting my grace.
I've had better battles with my 6-year-old son. I don't need to read your books to know that I've already won. I'm poor, it's true, but I got more wisdom than you. So come over here, boy, it's time you got what's due.
Don't even bother requesting this play. Although in the end, what do you even have to do for the day? You stay on the streets, trying failing these beats. So why don't you quit your preaching? Ain't no one's listening.
You make some good points, my young Plato, but there has to be more.
Tell me, master, why are we fighting this war?
I don't know, we've been preaching, learning,
Studying and listening.
The purpose of all this arguing is quite confusing.
Well then, Socrates, what has all this philosophy been for?
I could say something smart, but for real, I am quite unsure.
All we know is that has to be more.
I'll be honest. I'm still lost.
I'll explain it to you. While Aristotle added so much to our modern understanding of science and reason and philosophy, there remain questions what logic just can't answer. What makes something beautiful? Why we exist? What it means to love and be loved? In recent years, arguments over truth simply go back and forth, with neither side being able to prove anything of any kind of certainty. However, if we change our ultimate goal from being right to being loving, and from truth to relationships, we may have much more impact on the world around us. Jesus never lost an argument and didn't compromise the truth. But there were also times he didn't enter the arguments, but willingly went to the cross and saved us, in spite of our arguments, not because of them.
Hey, did you get your ice?
Yeah, he did.
So where do you want to go out to lunch?
Why are you asking me? Just so you can point out all of my wrong choices?
Figured out it's more important to have a good relationship with your sister than point out all those wrong choices.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah, even though she picks the most expensive and least nutritious places of the month.
I'm still using argumentation.
Oh, it's a process.
I'll take it.
All right. Where'd you get that new phone?
This weekend while you were at your mathlete competition?
It was a science fair.
It was a geek fest. And then Mom and Dad took you to Red Robin and bought you that, what was that game called? Call of Beauty?
How many times do I have to tell you? It was Call of Duty.
He said duty.
Boys.
Is that how you got that new phone? Pity? Because Mom and Dad were upset that I got something and you didn't?
No, I just convinced Mom and Dad that I get good grades.
I do that too.
I help out around the house.
I do that too.
And I have to drive you around everywhere, so I need a nice phone that has a GPS.
So much for learning your lesson. You're just using argumentation to get your way.
That's not how she got her way. You guys don't want to be late for class. Come on.
Accommodation.
Anyone want to take a stab at what historical figures use this one?
When they gave Hitler what he wanted to avoid war.
Why is it always Hitler with you, Billy? Anyway, you're close, but that's appeasement.
Is it when they give their people what they want in order to get their way?
Yes, like Caesar Augustus. No, Billy, you may not use Caesar Augustus for your report. No, Billy, you may not use Hitler again.
So, are we going to meet Caesar Augustus?
No, I've got somebody else in mind that will help you learn a much more personal lesson.
Can I request to turn the musical setting off? I tried, but you locked us out of it.
Come on, when else are you gonna see people spontaneously break into song and dance?
I kind of like it.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, me too. It's Martin Luther.
I'm pretty sure Dr. King was black.
This guy isn't Dr. King.
So you're saying he can't be a doctor? That's racist.
No, it isn't the 60s. It's the Dark Ages.
So now the ages have color. That's racist.
Not Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., just Martin Luther. He was German.
So he's racist.
That's racist.
He started the Reformation, which was the basis for all the Protestant churches that we know today.
It looks like he's writing his 95 thesis.
Well, let's go talk to him.
Mr. Luther, how are things going?
I can't decide. Is it too bold to nail these theses up on the door?
Well, what about tape?
What do you consider too bold?
Written on these scrolls are the things that cause me pain. I've tried to tell myself that the church is just going through a phase. When I talk with all the priests, they give me the same answers like clones. Seems the love of Christ is about as warm as these walls of stone. And the future doesn't look bright. I feel like my whole life has been a lie, and I don't even wanna start a fight. No choices in between. The story of my life is being formed by His great might, and through the storm, and I've been chosen. The story of my life had narrow scope, but with God's shove, I awoke bright-eyed. The story of my life. When I see how Jesus moves, it strikes me as quite strange. He asked me to put all these issues down on one page. I don't know what will come of this, but my heart says I misuse my quill. I know that the church is to one day be a city on a hill. And now the future's looking bright. I feel like we have all been too uptight. Now I know what I must write. There is no in between. The story of my life is being formed by His great might, and through a storm, and I've been chosen. The story of my life had narrow scope, but with God's shove, I awoke wide-eyed. The story of my life. And I've been wanting others to see what I have found. It's time to take the truth of Jesus out to the crowd. The story of my life is being formed by His great might and through the storm, and I've been chosen. The story of my life had narrow scope, but with God's shove, I awoke wide-eyed. The story of my life, the story of my life, the story of my life, the story of my life.
In conclusion, Martin Luther had spent the first part of his life doing all the right things, and it had worked well for him. However, he had realized he hadn't been doing all the right things for the wrong reasons. Discovering grace, he was revolutionized, and thus revolutionized the church, and therefore the world. So many Christians today, myself included, fall into the same trap. We get good grades, help out at home, and even go to church to make sure we stay in control of our lives and get what we want. It is no less selfish than those in open rebellion. Only we don't see it, and therefore it's a more cunning trap. Only through God's grace can we truly see how selfish we are and have any hope of being free of trying to do the right thing all the time in order to get our own way.
I just needed an iPad.
I mean, come on, seriously, you can't make that kind of purchase without talking to me first.
It wasn't really that much money.
I've got bills coming out.
Yeah, bills for your hair.
What are they fighting over this time?
Dad bought the new iPad, and Mom's upset that he made such a big purchase without talking to her.
Oh, this is perfect. I finally hacked the tablet.
What?
I was mainly concerned about turning the musical setting off, but I figured out, why don't we just go back and change stuff in our own personal lives?
You want to try and solve our parents' problems?
Wouldn't you like it if they thought less?
Sure, but what if we go back and we make it to where they never get together, and then we don't exist, and there's this time travel paradox thing, like your shows?
Remember, time bends. Plus, there's a reset button if we bend it too much. Come on, let's just give it a try.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
Let's go get Ted, and I'll show you.
Why do we need Ted?
It wouldn't be the same without him.
What's the plan?
Well, let's try something simple. Don't buy the iPad, trust me.
iPads are pretty sweet, are you sure?
Yeah, what is this going to do?
It's gonna get him to stop and think before he actually buys one.
Okay, let's see if it worked. They're still fighting, but now they're wearing ugly Christmas sweaters.
It looks like we only delayed them from buying it.
He has loved Apple products since college.
Well, let's go change that.
What's the money for?
Well, I was gonna use the money to buy my fiance a really big ring, but they have Apple IIe's out now. I'm gonna use that computer for like years.
A little piece of advice, try spending some more money on your marriage than your technology.
No, you don't understand. She likes computers too. She's like the perfect girl.
Do you know how selfish you sound?
There's no change. I don't think we're getting through to it.
Maybe what we could do is go back in time to when he was like 5, do some Inception while he's sleeping, make him not like Apple.
Or give him nightmares.
Good point.
Maybe we can go back and stop the Apple company from getting started.
Worth a try, I guess. I heard Steve Jobs got the name Apple for his company from a fond memory he had when he was younger of apparently this great time he had making apples.
I think that's him over there.
I have an idea. When I'm done, take us away. And take us away right away.
Where, when?
I don't care.
I'm gonna go slap him, and then we'll see about his fond memories.
Oh no!
When? When are we?
Well, you didn't care, and I kind of wanted to see dinosaurs.
Dude, good call.
So, did we stop Steve Jobs from creating?
I don't know, but it looks like Mom and Dad are fighting over a Kindle now instead of an iPad.
Dude, iPad is way better.
Any other ideas?
Well, I've got one more. All the dinosaurs made me think of it. Where did all the selfishness start?
It was in the beginning, with Adam and Eve.
I got this. No, 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 no. What were you thinking? Did that do it?
Nope.
Seriously?
I guess it makes sense. You can only bend time.
How are we gonna do this?
You guys still don't get it, do you? You're missing the big picture, the main important thing.
About Adam and Eve?
No, about control.
But I've gotten A's on all my papers. I say I learned a lot.
On the individual topics, but not about control in general.
It's no use, man. His tablet overrides ours.
We all think we know what we need in this life, too much wanting what we've seen. A world full of selfishness, all this jealousy turns you green. Your desires keep on calling and appealing to your pride. Getting what you want never turns the tide. Make them owe you, then set them free. Only show them what you want them to see. Control don't show, you don't want to know. Sorry, now you know. Don't control, don't control. Don't be who you were before. Don't control, don't control. In this life there's so much more. It's no use, life will go astray. Just give up your will. Control never worked for you anyway. Even with these lessons, you still seem to hit a wall. But when you give up your way, you'll find you're standing tall. You lived your life without a clue, traveled through time, saw how it flew. So give up control and you'll see you're free. Don't control, don't control. Go ahead and give it a try. Don't control, don't control. Let it go and wave goodbye. 'Cause in God's hand, life goes His way. Just give up your will. Keeping control will make you feel so safe and sound. Trapping you in a cycle meant to send you round and round. The truth of this situation should hit you so fast. So give your head a smack. Be free and free at last. Don't control, don't control. The whole thing is one big con. Don't control, don't control. Your perfect world is gone. And in God's hand is where you'll stay. Just give up control never worked for you anyway. Yeah.
I get it. Come on, Ben. Let's go home. Mom and Dad are adults. They can work out their own issues.
Your eyes look like M&M's.
What are you doing? Whoa, Jesus! I have to say, I was impressed with your essays. And Ted, as always, it's amazing how much overlap there is between history and philosophy.
Stop stalling. What grade did we get?
Relax, you both got A's from me.
I always get A's.
That doesn't mean you got A's in all your other classes, though.
No, but none of our other classes gave us a musical time-traveling tour.
I'm just glad it's over.
Over? This is just beginning. You guys will all be in one of my classes next year.
Well, I guess that means more time travel.
Sweet. I still want to meet Joan of Arc.
What's that called?
It's a class about prophecy.
Heavy.
We'll still be time-traveling. It just won't be into the past. It'll be into
The future.
Oh, nah. Jesus don't want that.